Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna let you meet my little one. But before that, I'm gonna give you an update and just tell you what went down with my operation and stuff like that. So I was scheduled for a cesarean section on the 2nd, April 2nd. And I was scheduled to have the operation at around 2:45, but my husband and I was a little bit early. We got to the hospital around 1 o'clock, and when we got there they told us that we are going to have the operation an hour early, so we will have it like around 1:45. So that was perfect. So when we got there, we did all the paperwork and the insurance and all of that, and then they let us go to a room to prep. They also set up my IV. The day prior to the operation, we were actually at the hospital for the pre-operation assessment. By the time we got out from the hospital, I started to feel like anxious and stressed out because I was so scared to have the epidural. That was the scariest part for me. I was so stressed out and anxious about the epidural thing. I don't know why. I didn't even worry about the operation itself because I know already that I won't feel anything. My husband was there the whole time. He was just assuring me, you did it the first time, for sure you could do it the second time, and this time it will be more easier because you know what to expect already and you know how to deal with all this stuff already. But the thought of the needle going into my spinal cord just terrifies me. They finally called us in, and then they prepped me. She administered the epidural, and yes, that was probably the most painful thing that whole day. So the needle itself, it doesn't really bother me, but when the medicine get in your spinal cord, it sting and it hurts for just a little bit though. It doesn't take long to administer the epidural, and yeah, it was painful, but I overcome it. I did it, and after that, a couple of minutes after that, I didn't feel anything. The first time when I had my cesarean operation, I was so like out of it from the time they administered the epidural all the way after I gave birth. But this time I was fully awake and like fully aware of what was happening around me. The doctor was like talking to me. The whole operation was really quick. I think by the time they administered the epidural, not even 30 minutes and the baby's out, and we were so excited. And she came out with like full head hair. She weighed around 6 pounds. She was precious and she was so perfect. When she came out, she was crying though. Really surprised because I wasn't shivering as much as the first one. When I had Lexi, I was so out of it. I was like shivering. I think it's because it's my first time experiencing all of this, like medication and all of this hospital thing. Before Lexi, I never went to the hospital and get admitted and hooked up into ID. Never. That was my first time, so I had a feeling that that's because of it. But this time around, I wasn't shivering that much. So when I was 90% back to normal, they wheeled me into my room, and we got a semi-private room, and there was actually one more person there. So it was the whole room and then 2 persons sharing it. So yeah, I don't really mind because it was the part that we were in is like half of the room, and it was really spacious and stuff, so I don't really mind. And on the first night it was really good. She slept the whole night, and then once in a while nurses came in and like gave me some medication and make sure that I breastfeed. We were there for 2 nights, and it sucks because my husband couldn't stay with me because he had Lexi. And second night was a little bit rough because I could feel pain or pressure right on my abdomen because of the stitching. The first night, it didn't let me stand up to go to the bathroom. The next day after that, they removed my catheter and I was able to go to the bathroom. And the recovery after the operation was great, but then when I went home, I was out of the pain medication. When I was like walking out of the hospital, I knew already that I'm gonna have a hard time because I could feel pain and I can't barely walk, and it was really painful. And the few days after that, when we get home, it was really tough because I have to get up my bed and feed the baby. It was really hard because I can't barely stand up. So my OB prescribed me a pain medication, so I eventually gave in to that because I was hoping that I will be fine without it. Like the first time I didn't get any pain medication at all. When I went home I was fine, but this time I was in so much pain that I eventually gave in to the pain medication because I couldn't take anymore. I couldn't function. I took it for 3 days, and after 3 days I was fine. There's no more pain. So the whole operation went well. It was really awesome. Thank you so much for all the well wishes. When Lexi first visited us, she made like a welcome card for the baby. It was really sweet. She loves hanging out with her sister. Every single day she asked me if she could hold her sister, if she could play with her. I didn't let her. I let her hold her sister for a little bit. And then whenever I change her diaper, if she could get a diaper, if she could help, she is awesome this whole time. Our mornings is more special than before because we have our second baby now, and even though there are some nights that is really tough because sometimes she will wake up and stay up for an hour or two, so it's really frustrating, but you know, that's normal when your baby is still young like that. So yeah, let me just check if she's awake. She is still sleeping, but meet our little baby. Her name is Haven Victoria, and she was born on April 2nd, and she is just precious. She's so pretty.
Show look good to me, I think. You're so beautiful. Give the world a show. Go up, down, up, down, up, down. Go up, down, up, down, up, down. Shake it fast. It's yours.
How much you pay for it?
I say you're so beautiful, and I don't care who knows. Go up, down.
That is Haven Victoria. We are just very excited, and we are so happy that finally she is here to share the summer with. And not gonna lie, it's very challenging, especially that I have Lexi at home as well. By the end of the day, I am very happy, and I am so thankful and grateful that we are blessed with a second little girl. And yeah, I am just taking it one day at a time, survive one day and on to the next one, you know what I mean? I am breastfeeding a little bit of a time and then pumping like crazy because the other day I was out of the house and my husband was trying to feed her in a bottle, and she won't eat. Like, she doesn't like the bottle at all. So I'm like, no, that is not a good thing because I can't leave the house without her with me if that's the case. So for the past week I was trying to like pump really crazy and feed her through the bottle. Sometimes I will breastfeed her for like an hour or so twice a day. I like breastfeeding her. I think it's a great thing to have that bond with her, like just her and me. Breastfeed her a couple times a day and then bottle feed her for the rest of the time, which is easier because I know exactly how much she's getting instead of like breastfeeding her and I don't know like how much she is getting from me. So that's everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!